Hi, this is Abby, and today we are talking about the Six of Swords. So remember that we are going to do this in a modified Lectio Divina way, which is a modified spiritual practice. And there are 4 steps to this. There is, what does the card look like? What does the card traditionally mean? What does it remind me of? And what does it call me to do? So first off, what does the card look like? Well, the Six of Swords is a man taking a nice walk, and as you can see, there are swords underneath him. He's walking towards a village. He has a staff in his hand, a bundle, kind of like either a sunset or a sunrise in the background with some mountains. But what does this card mean is the second question. Very traditionally, this card is about a journey. It's about taking new phases in your life, new transitions, usually in a very positive way. You're moving towards something, you're making progress. Things feel good, things feel new, things feel, natural, like you're moving towards something, and that is wonderful. It's really positive often when it comes up in our reading. Which brings us to question 3, what does it remind me of? And I mean, initially, so this channel and my business is called Divine Journey, so initially I was like, oh, this card reminds me of journeys. It reminds me of my business, what I do, helping people walk through journeys. And that felt really cheesy. But it also had a layer of truth to it. And what more specifically was reminding me of is when I was thinking about the card, I was taking a walk in a path in the backwoods somewhere, and I ran across a puddle, essentially, of mud and water, and I was staring at trying to figure out, how am I going to get through this? Do I walk through the water? Do I mess around in the trees and get in mud but no water? I mean, it was kind of a mess. And then I stepped back for a moment. I was like, this card was really reminding me, making me think about journeys. And initially I was like, journeys are wonderful and positive and everyone should be on a journey. It's fantastic. But I'm also reminded of my own path right now, and journeys can also be fantastic and wonderful, but they can also have these moments of just having mud and water and muck, and it's low and it's exhausting. And right around the same time, I was asked to do a workshop with the focus of walking through the low points or facing challenges. So all these kind of combine into, like, journeys are not just one thing. They're not a nice walk through a forest. They're not saying, this is my goal and I'm going to go towards it and everything's going to be wonderful along that way. Journeys have these moments of exhilaration and fantasticness, and you're energized and ready to go, and they have these moments of you're like, dear God, what is wrong? Like, this is so hard and it is draining and exhausting. And this card to me spoke to both of those. It's a man who's walking to a city, and that's great, but he looks tired. He's, a little haggard over. He's been through challenges, and he sees the destination ahead, but it's dragging him down. So it's the good and the bad. That's what this card is really reminding me of, is the complexities of a journey, which brings me to, what does this card call me to do? Well, it calls me to honor those places, not just to think of the journey. I am currently on the journey that everyone is on as being a wonderful, fantastic thing, and it should always just be full of highs. But I also need to honor and respect the moments of just aloneness and exhaustion, and then honor myself when I take the next step, and the step after that, and the step after that. It's really hard to take those steps. It is really hard to keep walking when you are exhausted. But if you keep taking those steps and getting the help you need to take those steps, then you'll get to the high places again. And you might have a low place, but you might have a high place. It's ups and downs. So in an odd, weird way, this card is calling me to honor both the good and the bad of a journey, my own personal journey, and the journey of those people I am walking with. So that is the Six of Swords for this week. I will be back, as always, next week with a new card. If there's any particular card you would love me to talk about, I would love to hear your opinions. I'd also love to hear what this card calls you to do. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and I look forward to having a video for you next week. Bye!